think we are ready. So, did you know that your breakfast choices actually could be sabotaging your blood sugar and also your heart health? Most people have no idea that starting the day with the wrong foods can actually lead to dangerous blood sugar spikes and also even crashes.
Today we are revealing the best heart-healthy, blood sugar-friendly breakfasts that are not only delicious but can also set up for a healthier day.
Oh my goodness. And so we've got some easy science-backed breakfast ideas lined up for you on this show. Like sugar-free oatmeal, with berries, green smoothies, and more. We actually have pictures of how we do it.
So stick around. You definitely don't want to miss this.
You don't want to miss this at all. And so, as we come back, we will continuously go into it in detail. So, if you are joining, don't forget to share and hit the like, and let's roll together. All right. We are back and we are going forward with the show. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what a healthy breakfast or healthy balanced breakfast actually should contain. What are the components? Annie, you want to start?
Yes, so the first important thing that you don't want to forget in your breakfast is protein. So protein help you keep full. It also stabilizes your blood sugar and supports your muscle maintenance. So that's one important component or one important nutrient that you don't want to forget to include in your breakfast. So examples of such proteins can be eggs, Greek yogurt, tofu, lean meat, or protein shakes in general.
Yes. And you may actually like some other proteins that we do not mention here. This is not a complete list, but if you have any other means of getting healthy proteins, of course, then obviously they will all qualify as some of the proteins that you can use for your breakfast. The other thing that a healthy breakfast should contain is whole grains, right? Because grains provide fiber and also complex carbohydrates for sustained energy. If you want to, go out into the day stronger and not just crashing because you are weak, you got to have sustainable energy. And those are locked in, complex carbohydrates, which most of them are, whole grains. So that is another thing. And the examples of some oatmeal, one of which we're going to show you how you make it. I'm pretty sure you know how to make an oatmeal, but we did some video recorded on how we make ours at least, and I'm going to show those to you. So that's oatmeal and also whole grain bread. That's another one we use, right? And then you can also say more.
We have the quinoa or browned rice. Yeah, that you have to include in your breakfast. Another component that we want to talk about aside the protein and the whole grain is healthy fats. You want to put your breakfast together such that it also include healthy fats. So healthy fats, as we all know, supports brain functions. It also gives your heart health, keep your heart healthy, and it keeps you full for a very long time. So example of healthy fats, as we've been saying it over and over, include avocados. So if you have a breakfast that has a healthy fat, the first thing that you want to think about is avocado. You can also include nuts. It also includes seeds or small amounts of olive oil somewhere in your breakfast.
Somewhere in your breakfast, you could add that to it to get the healthy sources of fat. And, for olive oil, you could use it to fry your egg. So you have your protein in the egg, and then the oil that you use to fry your egg will be the olive oil, which you could get from it. Instead of doing the bad seed oil for your egg, you could do the olive oil. So healthy fats for you. And the other component of a healthy breakfast is fiber-rich fruits and veggies. They are packed with actually vitamins and minerals, and that's where most of us get our vitamins from, unless you take more vitamins. But if your sources of vitamin are from foods, then you're going to be looking out and reaching for the fiber-rich fruits and veggies. Tons of examples that we can mention, but suffice to say that that's where you get most of your vitamins, your minerals, and also more fiber that help regulate your blood sugar levels.
So examples of such fruits are berries, right? All kinds of berries that is common in your area. You can include that in your breakfast. You can also include spinach, tomatoes, bell peppers, low glycemic carbohydrates. We just want to stress that part. It's not any carbohydrate at all. The low glycemic form of it is what you want to include in your breakfast.
And that's you already gone to the carbohydrates, right? Because we're talking about fruits. Okay, so the carbohydrates, you need to make sure that you are using the low glycemic carbohydrates. And even with the fruits too, you got to make sure that you're not doing the only sweet fruit. Some people like fruits just because they always taste good. But you got to be intentional, especially if you have an issue with blood sugar, or you are concerned with making sure that your blood sugars don't spike or don't go up. Then obviously reach out for the fruits that have low glycemic index. In other words, those that are less sweet. It's obvious if it's not as sweet, then there's less sugar in it, right? So yours will be like the berries and all those sour, Granny Smith apples, green apples, stuff like that. Even though they are fruits, they look green and they taste less sweet. So those will be the ones you want.
And the ones that you want to stay away, I think if your blood sugar is not well controlled, bananas, right?
Bananas,
it has a high glycemic index. The oranges, the mangoes, those all have high amounts of sugar in there that you want to minimize it as much as possible if you want to lower your blood sugar for sure.
All right, so with the examples of the carbohydrates that you can use for breakfast or, for any meal for that purpose, you could use the sweet potatoes, right? Sweet potatoes are healthy carbohydrates, even though the name says sweet, it's not bad. It's not as sweet. And of course, you're not going to kind of binge on it. It's just a few pieces that you use, right? So those are good examples. And they are rich in potassium and other nutrients. So those are something that you could use as sources of your carbohydrate. You could also use whole grain cereals, and then low sugar fruits, as I already mentioned, also for a source of carbohydrate. So you can have your carbohydrate sources from your fruits, low sugar fruits, as well as from other sources, or especially if you're doing plant-based diet, right?
Another one that you want to consider is hydration. Hydration. If you want to stay regular and if you want the system to work effectively, you don't want to go without having a source of water in your breakfast, like with your breakfast. So some of them is like water. You would definitely won't go wrong with water, right? You can also include green tea with your breakfast. You can do black tea. You can do all forms of teas. Hibiscus tea, right? You can also include, if you're a coffee drinker, you can go with black coffee that you want to include. That will fall under hydration.
Black coffee, definitely. All right, so with that being said, let's go to the specific examples and some of the videos we actually recorded in our own house, showing you how we make it for ourselves. It may not be exactly how, because this is actually recorded, and in the business of the day when you're going to work, it's fast. But this one, she stood, and then I was recording her, some of the things we skipped, but obviously they will serve the purpose that we want, which is basically to ensure that you are doing things the right way. And it may not also be comprehensive based on the things we have said now. So we will do something and then we will tell you what is missing, or if you're actually paying close attention, you should be able to tell us you didn't add this. That it would be something that we can all share. So the first one is what I'm showing on our YouTube channel, and I'm going to show it on this other place. This is the first breakfast that this is actually my favorite. All right, so let's talk about this. Why are you laughing? It looks good, right? This is my quick grab and go breakfast for the most part. Almost 3 days of the week, I have to eat this on my. I mean, I don't have to, but it's so convenient that I grab this and I'm on the road. I mean, I hit my car and I'm out because you just brew your coffee and then you cut up your pieces of avocado, and instead of using butter, you put it in a what do you call it, whole grain bread, a toast, and then your couple of eggs on the side, and then you are out. So let's discuss the components here, and then let's see also if anybody can tell us what is missing as we go forward, so we know that you're paying attention. All right. So yes.
So I think I'll start with the black coffee, right? So that will fall under hydration. That it has a lot of water that is coming with it. The important thing that you want to make sure that you don't do is to add sugar to your coffee. So it's something that I'm learning, and I think I'm almost there.
You are there. Come on,
I'm there.
You are there. You are there.
I drink my coffee black, no added sugar. That's something that people are finding it very difficult or hard to grasp. But trust me, it is possible. If you try it, just give it a try and see how that will go. So under hydration, you have your black coffee. If you want to replace that with tea, if you're a tea drinker, you just brew your tea, and you put in the tea in there, any form of tea, black tea, hibiscus tea, green tea,
chai tea.
Yeah, any
all
tea.
kinds of
It comes with different flavors. So you just want to find one that you're comfortable with, and that can be the source of hydration.
Definitely. For those who are not seeing this display on our, because I know we are on other channels that don't have our picture or video there, we are showing a picture of a couple of eggs with a cup or a mug full of dark black coffee and an avocado spread on a whole grain or multigrain bread. That is the breakfast that I'm saying that it's my quick grab and go breakfast. Because I don't need a wifey to do anything. This one I can do. Come on, man. All right. And then the key that we also want you to see is the fact that on the video, we show a cup that says, drink it black. Now, somebody will say that, but you are missing cream. No, we are not. We deliberately took it out. Even though you could put it in for more additional protein, but for those of us who are more concerned with not taking too much energy on board, you want to lose weight. You don't want to, be struggling with more carbs on board, more energy, so that your blood sugars don't go up high. Certain easy, quick things you can do is to take out certain things, such as the cream or the creamer. The coffee creamers are so sweet, So without a coffee creamer, this tastes good. That's why we have a cup next to it that says "Drink it black." And those who are watching on YouTube, we're actually sharing our store. And if you're watching on other channels, you could probably also go to our store and get them on droteng.com. We have a cup that is designed that says "Drink it black." Let that remind you, if you are tempted, like Gifty is saying, to add sugar, say no. And the funny thing is, it's not so hard. It's not so hard. Sometimes we make it feel like it's so hard. You try. The first time, it will taste different. It won't taste bad. It will taste different. The second time around, your tongue will begin to, there's some flavor in this coffee or this chai tea or this green tea that I've been drinking with all these sugars and creams. Now I can really taste the coffee, and that is exactly what the point is. And you don't need to do 2 slices of bread either. Just as we are taking out the black coffee, the cream from it, you can take one of the breads out. You toast it, and you cut it into 2, and you grab one. Maybe you give your husband or your wife the other half. So it's technically you are doing 1, and your 2 eggs, boiled eggs, or as Gifty will also say, it's a scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs. However, I do this because this is so quick, and I don't have to learn how to scramble eggs, if you know what I'm saying. You just put it and boil it up, 2 eggs, and you are done. And of course, make sure that your bread is of a healthy source, as we showed you on there. It is from a multi-grain source, not something that is ground up so much, but something that you could feel the seeds and the grains in them, and this makes for a very good, healthy breakfast. You want to add anything to that?
So if you are the one that you were doing your breakfast wrong, I think this is something that you have to consider. So some people, instead of using the whole multigrain bread, somebody will prefer the white refined, white bread. You are getting your carbohydrates all right, but because the bread is a white
from a white refined
flour, it's likely that it's going to dump into your system. The calories, is going to get inside, and your blood pressure, your blood glucose is going to spike. So in order to help your blood sugar to go at a stable pace, you reach out for the whole multi-grain. You will never go wrong with
You will never go wrong. Come on, man. You will never go wrong with multigrain.
And the way that you describe the avocado acting as your butter, that some people will reach out for the white bread, then they will spread it out with a lot of butter in there, and they will fry their egg with the wrong source of oil, add a lot of salt in there. Then the tea, the coffee or the tea that is coming out is full of sugar and a lot of milk. If you have, which I used to have my breakfast like that, if you used to do that, there is something alternative, something healthier that we are recommending that you should do. Get rid of the white bread, get rid of the evaporated milk that is full of sugar and fat, get rid of the refined sugar in the tea, and get rid of the butter. And in place of that, use the multigrain bread, the avocado, the sugar-free coffee, and your boiled egg or your scrambled egg. And that will definitely be a better alternative.
And that contains, remember we began with the components of a good breakfast. This breakfast contains your fiber, your whole grain fiber.
Right.
Because it's from the whole grains, right?
Yes.
And then you also have the boiled eggs, which is your source of protein.
Yeah.
Now, the avocado also serves as a source of healthy fats or oils.
Right.
So you're pretty much not missing anything.
Right.
If you want to throw something else in, you could add it as long as it's healthy.
Right.
But for me, talking from my own experience, when I eat this, I'm not even talking about eating, those 2 slices. Even 1 slice with my half avocado, I can go through the day to like 3 p.m. before I feel like I should eat something. You drink your water, and all the fiber in the bread, because it's whole grain bread, swells up, so you are full. And the good thing is that I don't also want to think about constipation at the other end because it's fiber. And then also, we can go on and on. Your cholesterol, it doesn't have to go up because of the fiber. Yeah. Even though you are eating eggs, somebody may be like, but the eggs can increase your cholesterol. No. 1 egg contains 300 milligrams of cholesterol. And with the fiber that you have in this avocado plus the whole grain, you're probably not even going to get all the cholesterol absorbed from the egg.
Right.
So you can beat such a breakfast, but it's as simple as this, cheap as a matter of fact, because you're not adding this whole milk, this evaporated milk.
Savings right there.
Yeah, you're not adding sugar. And it's not because you can't afford, you can, but you are taking care of your blood sugar and your cholesterol, your heart health, and that is why it's very important. Simple things that you can do to make things different.
Yeah. With the added one, so when you're scrambling your egg, what you can also include is your spinach. Some people will cut some greens, stir with the egg, then add it and put it in the multigrain bread.
For like if you're doing a scrambled egg, you can have your spinach
add
in there
more
too.
Greens in there, so that you get more fiber, more minerals, more vitamins out of your breakfast.
And the thing is, you don't have to do it always with avocado. Somebody may say, but I'm not a fan of avocado.
Right.
Fine. Find something else that you can use as a spread, which is not processed.
Right.
Something of a plant source. We talked about plant-based diet and a low-carb diet, and we compared those last week. So if you don't know why we use this, go back after the show and onto our YouTube channel and watch all those series, and it will make sense why we started off from this end, because it's important.
Yeah.
It's not just choosing, but it's the benefits are there if you really want to think about it.
So the avocado serves as a healthy fat. So if you don't like avocado, you can replace it with your almonds, your nuts, and your seeds on the side. So when you're frying, you can include the seed here and there. Okay, you can put the almonds on the side. That will serve as a source of healthy oil. Then you don't miss anything in your diet, in your breakfast. It becomes a complete balanced diet.
Complete diet. And then you could use coconut butter, coconut oil as a spread too, not using the animal sauce. You could use coconut sauce as a butter if you don't like the avocado as a spread. So as long as you don't overdo it, coconut will also be another substitute of a healthy fat that you can do. So there are several things that people can
so
use to
in place of that, you can also use the almond butter.
Almond butter.
Almond
That's another one. Almond butter. Yeah.
So in place of your avocado, that can be something, maybe varieties. So you eat avocado. Sometimes avocado really doesn't come easily. It comes and goes very quickly.
Too.
And somebody will eat the whole
come on, man,
avocado in one day. So in case you run out of avocado and you want some replacement, you can also do almond butter. In moderation.
In moderation. And even peanut butter too, right?
Yeah,
I know you don't like peanut as much, but peanut butter too. It's also plant-based, and especially if it is not sugar added, because where we live at in the US, peanut butter is so sweet. As a matter of fact, sometimes you wonder if it is just natural sugar, because they have added so much sugar and sometimes so much salt too. So you read the bottle, see it's saying organic, and the sodium and sugar levels are low, and those can also replace your avocado as a spread in that regard. And so if you are concerned with blood sugar spikes, this will be a healthy one. Now, if you are watching and you see that we are missing anything we haven't said, put it on the chat right now. Hopefully we will see it and we'll discuss together. I'm seeing somebody from YouTube said hi. It's a Cooper Keller. I already put it up. And somebody said something that I don't understand, so I will put on there. All right. Somebody said, I love protein. I don't know. Let's see if it's something we can share. Yeah, somebody says, I love protein. And we agree, protein is good. It's a healthy way of sustaining your energy levels. And if you are watching and you feel like we are missing anything on this example, you can put it on the chat and we can share together. All right, with that, we can go to the next example of breakfast. We have three basic examples, right? Yep. So now let's move on to the next one and do justice to it. Okay, we'll start with that one too. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the second one is green smoothies.
Green smoothie, come on, man. Yeah. Green smoothie, or smoothie for that matter.
Smoothies, but we are leaning more on the greens. So with what we did, we used chia seeds, we used kale, we used spinach, we used I think avocado, and I think we also used
one date,
to bring out the sweetness and a little spice in that. We added ginger. So those are the ingredients that we use in the smoothie.
Oh, and you added
the green apples. Right.
Yeah, I was showing on the screen those who can see it. But yeah, for those who can't see, we have the spinach, kale, green apples, avocados, and what else? Ginger. And
chia seeds.
And then all those were thrown into a blender and blended. And that gave something ultimately green, as you can tell. Not even the apple was red, so everything was green. And you also added a little bit of maca.
Which is also a source of protein in there. So those are the ingredients that we put together. We put everything in a blender and we added water, plain water. Some people will go for coconut water. Some people will go with coconut milk, depending on where you are. Some people will also include a little bit of lemon juice, which I forgot to add in mine. So everything together, you put it in your blender, you add water, and you blend it together. And with all the ingredients in there, that is fully or completely balanced diet because it has all the main components in a complete diet. It has the protein, it has the fibers, it has the oils, it has the other form of oil like the seed, the chia seed, right? It has almost everything, and you have your hydration because you have water added. All together, you blend them together, and that can really also hold you over. I can say that this is one of my favorites too. So if you are able to drink that in the morning before you go out for the day, you feel full for a very long time because you have your protein in there, you have your fiber in there with a lot of water throughout the day. You can go up to 12 o'clock, up to 2 o'clock with no food. Because you are filled up. You've given your body the most important nutrients to function in the day.
Most important nutrient to function in the day. This contains nutrient-packed vitamins, fiber, minerals. Everything is in here, And when we did this, we actually drank it. I drank it too, and it doesn't taste bad at all. Sometimes people think that because it's green, it would taste bitter. It doesn't. And you actually even put one date in there. But I could drink it without even a date on there, without a dat or date, however you call it. It's a plant source of sweetening. And it's healthy. Apart from all those fibers, you're also getting a lot of vitamins. You cannot beat it. You cannot beat it. So this is something that somebody who is recovering sugar addicts, which most of us are. Some of us, we have drunk soda and juices and all those things for so long that, it's not easy to basically change to greens. That's why we have that bottle there. I love that bottle. Where's mine? I had mine upstairs. So you want to recover from being hooked on sugar, start with the green. With maybe one or two dates in there for a little bit of a hint of sweetness, and stick to it rather than to do those juices that are packed with sugar or concentrated fruit juices that are so sweet. No, those won't help with blood sugar levels, nor are they going to help with your heart health. And so for you to be able to overcome those, you got to learn to add the greens. And this will be somebody's like Gifty's breakfast. I've seen her and her daughter do this for breakfast. And again, on a quick run, running late for work, you put your things together and throw in your water and blend it up, and you are off. And that is very, very good. Now, I don't know if we showed, I think in the end we'll show you how they all came up to be. I don't know if I put that video there, but definitely this may be missing something. Those who started from the beginning, remember some of the constituents, right, that we talked about. If all you are drinking is the smoothie, you may be missing something. And so for those who are watching, you can tell us. And I see my dear friend Equip Institute Florence has joined us on the live, and that's the first time I've seen you here. So thank you, Florence, and let me give you a bell right there. Hopefully you heard that. And let me put a comment there. It says, hello, Dr. Oteng, M3 Live Tribe in the building. Excellent education on eating healthy breakfast. Thank you so much. All right. So that is what you do to make your breakfast better, especially if you are concerned with heart disease from family or blood sugars going up, right? So, yes, let's talk about this. What is missing? Anybody?
Yeah. So I think you just want to say protein, but I think after we finished this, we added 2 boiled eggs, right? So that can be a supplement.
I think you didn't show it in this video.
Yeah, something you can add on. So with your greens and your 2 boiled eggs, you are ready for the day.
Yes.
It can really fill you up. You have a balanced diet with all this blended together. And also, instead of the eggs, you can also put in protein powder. Okay,
yes.
with the greens. So just blending only the greens, you can buy a good source of protein powder. You know,
the ones with less sodium.
Because it's processed. You just want to pay attention to the labels, and you just include that protein powder with your greens, and you blend it together, and that can also hold you over, help build muscles, help with the minerals and the vitamins that you need to function, and is able to carry you over throughout the day.
Definitely. All right, so let's move on to the next food group. So this is for the smoothie. I think we'll show you the final video of how it came out from the blender. We see it's still blending. But again, it is one of the healthiest breakfast that a diabetic or blood sugar conscious person can use to control their energy levels and not spike their sugars.
Yeah.
All right.
So like you were saying that this, if you drink it for the day, right, you are going to avoid the crashes, you know, and the cravings throughout the day. So when you take this and you go to work and they have the donut and the sugary foods and the sugary stuff all over, baked stuff all around you, you are not going to duck into it and start eating, you know, because you are filled up because of what you took in the morning. So this is very important. If you feel like middle of the day, you feel so down, it's likely that you are crashing because of all the sugars that you took in the morning. That's why in the afternoon you go down. You know, some people would drink run on Dunkin' with a lot of sugar in the coffee. So they drink it, they're high for the day. Right after 2 hours, 3 hours, you feel like you need another cup. You need another cup. Why is it that you are craving for more? Because of the sugar amount in there. You know, so in order to prevent these crashes throughout the day, something to stabilize your blood sugar will be a green smoothie with a little bit of protein powders in there.
All right. So now let's move on. So we're going to go to the next kind of the other example of blood sugar conscious and heart conscious persons. What do you call it?
Breakfast,
right? So that one, I think it's the next one we put up is the oatmeal, sugar-free oatmeal. Come on, man, you thought it was going to be oatmeal with sugar. No way. It's going to have to be the sugar-free oatmeal. Some people think that because as long as it's oatmeal, I am good. No, it has to be the sugar-free ones. If it's not sugar-free, forget it. You are getting all the benefits down. You are not getting all the benefits. It's going down. It's not going up, is what I should say, right? So sugar-free oatmeal. And let's discuss how you make this. You want to start, Awash?
Go ahead.
So first of all, the kind of oatmeal is important. Right. And for us, we always recommend the steel-cut oatmeal. And I think we didn't have that. So we used the rolled oats.
The rolled
which is also not bad, right? But in fact, if you can get your hands on any oatmeal, it's better than using something that is completely refined or milled and powdered. So like those who eat porridge, that's not what you want. Oatmeal has a lot of the fibers in there. And on top of the oatmeal, Gifty added these berries that also make it not just look good, but taste good, right? Because remember, we are talking about recovering sugar addict. You want to overcome dependent on sugar. So one way to cheat is to put these little tiny red ones. Yeah, we say black, drink it black or eat it black, right? Eat it without sugar, right? So you have this on there, and then it gives you the pinch, the sweetness, so that you won't feel like you are missing any sugar. So that's the key. So your oatmeal, and we are not talking about instant oatmeals that have sugars in them. There are some of them that are packed in packets.
Yeah.
Those are horrible.
A lot of sugar.
A lot of sugar, sodium, and all the stuff, flavoring that, they say cinnamon flavor, they throw in cinnamon. It's not natural. We're talking about that's ones that you actually cook healthy ones. And when you do those and throw on top these berries and whether it's blackberries or the raspberries, though they may not be as sweet, there is some sweetness in there. And so you will be able to eat it and not feel like you are missing out on sugar. Because remember, we want you to move from being a sugar addict, because those are the ones that tempt you and get you into blood sugar problems. All right. So that's that. And then you add your protein source, which in this case, again, we added 2 boiled eggs. 2 boiled eggs. And you could do scrambled eggs. You could do poached, whatever kind of egg that you think you can. You could use it. And not just egg, any source of protein, healthy source of protein. You could do a baked fish, baked salmon on the side. As long as it's healthy protein, you could do it. But when we're recording this, we hadn't planned this in days. We just thought we should show you something. And so we only had eggs at a point. And so we just used egg for all the protein sources. But it could be any form of protein. That is healthy, with healthy fats. Then you could do that. So I think that's what I would add. And the berries, in this picture, we added too much, but we're just trying to show you that you have several kinds. So if you don't like blackberries, you got blueberries. If you don't like blueberries, you got raspberries. If you don't like raspberries, you have
strawberries.
Strawberries. So you cannot say that, as for me, I don't like any berries, so I have to add my sugar. Come on, man. that would be like you don't really want to do it. So we showed you this. That's why it's a lot of them. But we just want you to see that you have options. And you choose something. Can you take it?
Yes. So I also added chia seeds.
Added chia seeds too.
Chia seeds. It gives it the crunch and it makes it easier to eat it. I tasted it and it wasn't bad at all. Because in my mind, I'm like, there is no way this is going to be okay because there is no sugar and there is no salt. But if you put all together a little bit of the chia seed, you have your berries in there, and you take it, you eat it, and alongside you take a bite of your boiled eggs. That will be it. You'll be satisfied. Trust me. So just give it a try. Just substitute all the unhealthy breakfast with these ones that we are recommending. And I think your sugars and your weights and all other things will definitely start going down for sure.
Definitely. And Florence saying that I cannot eat sugar in oatmeal.
Okay.
Never understood how people ate it at that way. Florence, you will never know. You have trained your tongue. That's why. But for some people, they will actually act like they're puking just because they want to taste some sugar in there. So you are lucky that you don't have any problems with that. And my question then is, do you actually add berries to it, or even without berries, you can eat it like that? That would be actually nice to see how you eat it. Even without berries, you can eat it without sugar, or you have something else in there, even if it's not berry.
And some people may not add sugar per se, but the kind of milk that they'll add has a lot of sugar in there.
The evaporated milk.
The evaporated milk. Just pay attention to how much sugar we have in evaporated milk, and you'll be surprised. So if you are not putting in sugar, the milk source can also be something that you want to pay attention to. So with this, we did not put any milk in there, but we will recommend coconut milk.
If you want to still have milk in there.
Right. So you can put in coconut milk as the one that has no sugar. We have the sugar-free ones. That's something that you can also include. That can be a source of calcium and other things that you're not getting it from other sources.
Definitely. And Florence actually clarified. She says she eats it plain. Okay. That is good. That is good. You
no
know
milk.
Stuff. And then she also says no milk.
Nice.
Wow. I like that. So that is somebody who understands the benefits. Because, sugar is sweet, though. So if throwing in sugar will make it tasty, why wouldn't you? Except you know the benefits of not adding the sugar. So I think she got it down. There's no need. We especially from where we are in these days, everybody, you drive to work. Even if you don't drive, you take the train or the bus. You walk just a couple of steps and then you hop on the bus or the train. And so we are not burning these calories that we use, that we take in. And so if you are not burning them, the easiest way is to cut back, because the extras that you take in are going to be converted to sugars and run in your blood, run, and some of them change to fat and deposit on your body somewhere you don't want it, and then leads to all these health problems. So the more you can cut out, the better. And as she said, it's not that hard. You just have to start the first couple of days. You may, because your tongue is used to it being sweet, right? But for example, we used to add cream to our coffees, and you could not imagine not having a coffee creamer. But now I don't even want to see a creamer.
Half and half.
Yeah, we say half and half, right? You don't even want to see a creamer. It's like, what? No way, And so let's leave those to people who don't know. But if you are watching us or watching this video, you have known something. So change your ways. Start dropping those high energy sweetness that don't do you any good. Because people are doing it and they don't die. Come on, man. They are not there. They are still enjoying their lives. So Florence is an example. And we have also tasted it that way. So this oatmeal, it doesn't taste bad, even if, like Florence saying, even if you don't eat it with any berries in it, you should still be able to eat it. But if you cannot handle it, berries also are healthy. They have the fibers too. They have the vitamins too, and you get some benefits from there. The flavonoids and all those good stuff. So we won't punish you and say that do it as Florence does. No, you can start it off this way, and then once you are able to do it, you can potentially say that, you know what, if I run out of berries, I'm still going to be able to eat my oatmeal plain. No cream, no milk, no sugar, no berries, and that will still be good. All right.
Yeah, and aside the berries, you can also add your almonds.
You can add almonds for the oils, right?
For the oils, the source of oils. You're trying to have a balanced diet. So whatever you can include in there to give you rounded minerals or vitamins or protein, everything that you can put in so that you know that you are really eating a balanced diet. You can put in, some people will put in the peanuts, or the almonds, or maybe other form of pistachios, other nuts that you can include there so that you don't miss out on your healthy oils with that breakfast. So however you can do it, this one is just an idea that we are presenting out there. However you can alter it, in a way that will give you a balanced diet is what we are recommending. So I remember somebody was saying that, hey, we can't eat our cocoa.
Cocoa is what? Milled corn made into porridge, basically.
Milled corn. And other ones too, we have the millet one.
And the millet porridge.
Which one is that? One is healthy because the source is a whole grain. Right, all right. But the challenge here,
they don't grind it
no. So we have the one that look a little darker. So that part, so the whole grain was used in making it. So that makes it healthier than just the white corn cocoa porridge that we also make. So if you can go with the millet porridge, it's really good. But the challenge here is, can you drink it plain with no sugar? So if you are going to eat your porridge, your Hausa cocoa, and it's going to be filled with a lot of sugar, then you are not doing yourself any good. Because definitely the sauce is good, which is the whole grain, but you are adding that extra sugar that is going to spike your blood sugar. So if you cannot eat it plain, then oatmeal is something that you want to go for instead of going for the porridge. If you can just do the porridge with the berries that we're suggesting, and the nuts, the peanut butter, the peanuts, the peanuts and the almonds, in the porridge, in the millet porridge, then I think you won't go wrong with it. So we are just giving you an idea what you can do so that you get, the best out of your breakfast, than to reach out for the bad ones that will make you have crashes and not having a good thing during your day. Yes, so it's just an idea. So just however you can alter it is what we are suggesting.
Yes, and we mentioned only oatmeal and porridge,
right?
And coffee and tea. But some people have other kinds of food for their breakfast that we may not have mentioned in the interest of time. So you, like she's saying, you got to be creative as to how to make it healthy. How to make it healthy. If by the way they come, it's not as healthy. You got to be able to add the things that will make it healthy, such as the fibers,
Right.
the oils and the proteins that will make sure that they sustain you for the better part of the day without having you reach out for snacks. And some of the things we're talking about is because, we don't want people to be hungry. You eat breakfast at, say, 9 or 8 or whatever time. By 11 or by 10, you are hungry.
Hungry again.
And then you are looking for a snack. That is where the problems begin.
Right.
But if you are eating healthy, fiber-rich, foods like we are talking about, you are not going to stay hungry around the clock. Your blood sugars stay consistent, and you eat only at certain times. And remember, we talked about intermittent fasting also being something great. And so if you don't do this, you can't even fast. You are always eating or reaching out for that cookie, reaching out for that candy, and all those things that we don't want you to do.
Yeah.
And so Florence said that she actually likes everything she eats plain in general.
Okay.
So say my tastes are very different. For example, I don't like butter on any food either. You are blessed. I'm telling you are blessed. Some people are struggling to be able to do away with those. So if it comes naturally to you, then you got to go for it. It's easy for you, which is very, very important. And for those that it doesn't come naturally, we can all learn, because most of the habits we have, we learned from home.
Yeah.
Because your mom and dad served you with those foods, or your grandmother gave you those foods. That's how you know it's eaten. So I'm pretty sure, for Florence, if she is giving anybody in her family food, she may try and give them the same things she wants. And if the people reject, that's when she's going to add those things, right?
Yeah.
So some of the things we do are things we picked up from our families, and we can change from our time and then pass on the great lifestyle changes to our kids and our grandkids who come after us, right? All right, so what else can we go?
So, and like you're saying that we learn from family members and the way that we've been brought up. So when you sit down for breakfast, what are the things that we put in front of you? It's likely that we are going to buy the tea bread, right? Or the butter bread. The white refined flour bread that is available. That will be part of what you're going to eat for the breakfast. You may have your evaporated milk, right
creamy
there with you.
Milk.
Yeah, and
I used to be able to just drink it from the can like that because it tastes so good. Yeah. And those of you who know condensed milk, oh come on, man, that's
even worse. And maybe on the side you may have a jar full of sugar, on the side at the table at your disposal. So you have all these things, and the egg is just a little, and maybe the porridge that comes with it, you have the jar of sugar right beside it, because that's how you've grown to know. So when you sit down, you pour your porridge, you take how many scoops of sugar, as much as you want to taste.
Or your tea, or your coffee, you put the sugars.
And the evaporated milk, you turn it on and you forget that it's pouring in. And you do that, then you take your bread, and sometimes the white bread is so soft and sometimes it's hot, right? So you open it up and you just take your
butter,
your Blue Band margarine.
Oh, come on, man.
Then you put it in, you put it all in, then you just start eating. That's what you know. But now that we are giving new ideas, we just want you to reconsider and take things differently. As we are growing, you want to change things, because we are hearing a lot of diseases out there. We are hearing like cancers. We are hearing all these diseases. Diabetes is rampant everywhere you go. You take one out of 5 adults, one person is diabetic. And you see the obesity is catching up to our generation and our culture. So it's something that you want to reconsider, try to find ways and means to accommodate these healthy foods, because they are readily available in where we are.
Yeah, they're readily available wherever you are. We don't look for them. That's why
we usually can't find it. Because we stick to what we know.
And sticking to what you know. Florence also said that's why, and I like that. She said, yes, I grew up eating simple foods.
Okay.
I never had processed cereals.
Okay.
See, we ate oats and mayo without stuff in it.
Oh.
See that? So if you are able to learn it from home, it's so easy. And the challenge is, Florence, I challenge you to do the same for the family that you are also raising, because sometimes we give in and say that, hey, if you want it, I'll give it to you. Don't buy it and put it in the fridge for them. Come on, man. Yeah, and that's what we do. We don't have sodas in our fridge. We don't have alcohol in our fridge. We don't have anything that we consider bad. Because if you're buying it for your kids to drink when you know soda is bad, no, you don't. If I don't drink it, you don't drink it. And that's how you begin to raise a family of people who are healthy eaters. And simple things that you change in your household will keep your people living healthier and longer. And that's all we do. You don't have to wait to get sick and then make, attempts to change things that may be too late. Do it now and let your children and your partners begin to learn from you. Sometimes it's hard to change people, but at least once you start, that's where it begins. It will make sense for them to also see it. For example, I stopped using cream first, right?
And sugar.
I stopped using cream and sugar, and she follows suit.
I think I was stuck with my sweetener.
Yeah.
I'll put a little bit of sweetener, the stevia, and the other sweetness, because in my mind, I think there's no way that I'm going to drink my coffee black. But over time, I'm able to stop. So you just have to give it a try. And talking about kids, I think cereals is also one that is really killing our.
Yeah, it's so
sweet. It's
so
packed
sweet
with a lot of sugars that then they use the whole milk too to eat the cereal. So if you are introducing cereal to your kids every morning, they are eating cereal. It's something that you want to change around a little bit for the children,
especially if they are sweetened cereals. You don't want that at all. And I think Florence says something. You are right. Grew up eating simple foods without lots of creams and butter, right? And lots of cream and butter and things added, right? When we wanted a snack, we got a green apple. Oh my goodness, I like that. And carrots, or plain nuts.
Wow.
My, I love your family. Trust me, that is good. And he says, none of that here in our home. Great, I like that. Yes.
So we have to set the examples,
set
right?
the example.
Yeah.
Set the example.
Because I think in our culture, the thing that people talk about, they are growing. They need all that. Let them eat. They will grow out of it. The weight is going to fall off. So let them eat, let them eat. And by the time that we realize they reach their teenage years and their adult years, and the weight is not falling off. So it's something that we have to pay attention. We don't want to buy the junks and all the bad foods for our children.
All right, so I think was that the last one?
Yeah, so we do the samples, right?
Okay, so basically final thought on the three, and then we'll go to, we have other samples that we have seen that may potentially be good. So this is the final the group that we did show. So when we did this green smoothie, we didn't show you the cup with the green in it. This is it right there. You just have to add your fats to it, whether you get an olive oil frying your your egg, or scrambling your egg in an olive oil, or some other source of oils for that green diet. So that's the only thing that is lacking. But even that, if you threw in an avocado, then the oil is in there, the fat is in there. Even though it's in the form of a drink, it would be in there.
I think I added avocado.
Okay, so in ours it's okay, but this that they won't see. It doesn't show it. So if somebody is looking, you may think that where is your fats on here? So we got the proteins, the carbs, and the fat. The carbs are also in there with the dates that you put, as well as some of the low glycemic index carbs. And then the first one also being the the coffee. That's also another one that is easy to do, right? The coffee is black with your egg and your avocado. And we're doing this quick, but you can make it even look better with the toast. I don't think we even toasted this bread because we're trying to do it faster. But you know, grill it or toast it and make sure that everything is good. So those are the 3 examples. Now let's see other ways that you can also do it. You know, so that it won't be just what we just showed you. We don't have time to show you more, but at least this is the simplest ones that we make as a family. You know, for me, it's the top one. Gifty is the green bottom one, right? And then the oatmeal is for other people in the household. But basically, this is how we roll in our breakfast. Quick and easy grab and go. And you can do the egg, whether fried or scrambled or boiled. But like I said, I don't know how to fry, so I just boil. All right. All right, so let's go to the samples. And so this is another one that is a group of things together. So in this example video that we are sharing, you can see somebody doing basically the same thing we did, but they are tossing some, you know, what are those? Some spices on the avocado. So it won't just taste blunt. Like people think avocado doesn't taste good. This is what you can do. Look at that, what they threw on it, those little sprinkles, as well as that squeeze of lemon, you know, anything to make it, you know, taste good in your mouth.
Yeah, I think they added salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Okay.
And a little lemon juice.
And a lemon juice, right. And that's not bad.
Bring out the taste a little bit and make it easier to eat.
Exactly. Now let's go through it. This is another one. I'll pause this one when it comes back again, so that you can also tell. You have one that the protein source is actually salmon, right? It showed up in the video. It's going to come back. The protein source was salmon, right? And you put it on there like this one or here too. Different kind of bread, and with some kind of tomato, and the fish. This is what I was talking about, the salmon.
Yeah. So the bread, I think last time we suggested the almond bread. You know, you can use the almond flour to make your own bread, and that can be a good source of whole grain bread for you instead of reaching out for the white bread.
Instead of reaching out for the white bread, definitely. And the asparagus, you know, you have asparagus and a boiled egg also on there somewhere on one of the breads. And you can be creative in several ways. You don't have to do it one way.
Right.
Any ways that will make it tasty for you, you got to do it. Because that's how you stay consistent. Because some people can do it only 1 week and then they stop because they feel like it's the same thing over and over. Or you're always talking about plant-based diet and low-carb diet. I don't taste anything. Well, if you stick to one, then obviously it's going to be like that. But if you don't stick to one and you are changing it around, then it's going to taste different.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, talk about this one.
So this one, you can see their whole grain bread, and they have their the avocado mashed nicely, and on top they have their nuts and their berries. You know, so it seems that just as a meal have almost all the basic nutrients that you need to have a balanced diet. You know, you have your whole grain, you have the source of healthy fats, oils, you have the nuts, and you have almost everything that you need. I don't see protein.
Well, on the corner there, you see the egg in the middle of the avocado.
You know? So somebody is being very creative, and looking at that, you have almost all the source of nutrients that you need, not to spike your blood sugar.
Definitely. And the nuts also have some proteins in there. Even if you don't feel like you got a lot in there,
there's something in there.
There's some kind of protein in the nuts also. And this is also another good one, right?
Yep.
This is same idea, but the protein here is salmon. This is salmon, right? Salmon. Very nice. This is something that I will eat quick. Come on, man.
I don't know.
For those of you who have been watching this for long, you know that I don't play with my salmon. But look at the kind of bread. Very whole bread, very nice salmon, and my avocado on top. And if you close it up with the other bread on the side with
the greens.
With the greens on it,
You're
come on, man. You are not going to be hungry with this. And don't think it's expensive. If you don't take care, you would think that, this is going to be an expensive food. No. Don't think it's expensive at all. It is manageable. It is manageable. And you are expensive. You are more expensive. Because if you get sick, you know how much money you're going to spend, even with your copays.
Yep.
So sacrificing a little bit and getting these are what you want to do, rather than to say that, oh, but it's expensive, or I don't have time. Meal prep, do all those good things that you can do so that you can continue to live healthier and overcome blood pressure, blood sugar problems, cardiovascular issues, stroke, and all those things that are happening to a lot of us these days.
Yeah. So like with the greens, you don't have to stick to one kind of green. You can alternate the greens that gives a different taste and different flavors. So we see the asparagus, right? We have the lettuce. We have
cabbages,
other kinds of greens available. You just want to experiment and try and see which one you're comfortable with, and you stick with it, and you provide a healthy meal for your family.
You do provide. Green wins always, is what I see on the other side. Green wins always, whether it's cash or food. As long as you are eating something green, it is good. If you are getting money, it's also green. So green color, you cannot beat it, right? Those who, if you want to buy one of our things on our channel, you could use that. And so that's some of the good things that we wanted to share with you today. Now, I don't know if we have any other final thoughts on that, and then we will call it a day. Do you have anything else? I think the other thing that we want to say is that you cannot. Last time you used a term that I like so much. You cannot out exercise or out exercise your diet.
Bad diet.
A bad diet, yes. You can do exercise, just so much exercise that you don't need to eat healthy. In the same way, you cannot just do diet all the time, good diet, so that you can gain, you can eat right. Does it right? It sounds right, right?
Right.
Yes. So you cannot just depend on these healthy breakfasts to change your blood sugars or to avoid being having heart disease or stroke. You cannot just depend on these. This is just one aspect of it. The full thing you have to do is to be comprehensive. You have to have your intermittent fasting. If you eat these healthy foods and you eat every hour on the hour, your sugar is still going to go up, even though they are healthy. So you got to have intermittent fasting. Apart from that, you also have to be able to exercise. You know, if you are exercising, then definitely you are going to be able to overcome some of the things that are potentially harmful also in you. You know, you're going to keep your heart beating faster. You're going to keep your muscles burning the glucose the small glucose that you are eating. Your heart is also going to be able to metabolize them so that you are using the food that you are eating to also perform the functions in exercise. So it's a multi-pronged approach. Make sure that you eat healthy. Make sure that you do consistent exercise, you know, at least 30 to 45 minutes a day or every other day at least. And stick to, good practices that, we call mental health and stuff like that, and ensure that you consistently go on. And when you do, you are going to reap the benefits. You're going to reap the benefits. So
and also follow up with your doctor.
Oh, man.
Know your numbers.
Know your numbers.
Know your numbers. Don't live in this idea that, oh, I'm okay. I've not gone to the doctor for the whole year, for the past 5 years. I've not been to the hospital and I'm okay. That is not okay. You have to follow up with your doctor. Know your numbers. Know where you stand when it comes to blood pressure, when it comes to blood sugars, when it comes to your cholesterol. As a woman, what do you have to do? The mammograms, like all collected, all put together. Then you live healthy, and I think that would be a good approach than to stick to one thing and forget about the rest.
Forget about the rest, yeah. Definitely. And so with that being said, we also want to ask you to go to our channel and watch the series on, I think I put them together as a playlist, plant-based diet, as well as low-carb diet, and a comparison of the two. we have an answer last week, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. I want to leave you to go and watch it yourself. Find out which one you can stick to. There are certain creative ways to become. When people talk about vegetarian, we think it's something. Oh, I can't do this.
There's no way I can do it. I love my meat.
Yeah, but do you know that you can be a vegetarian and eat some meat? Well, that is not vegetarian. That's called what? Flexitarian. So it's a modification of being vegetarian, but you can eat meat once a week. So every Sunday you cheat, and yet every other day you are eating these greens. So as well, you're flexible, flexitarian. Did you know that you can also be a vegetarian and eat only fish? That's the one that I choose. Called pescatarian. Pescatarian. But I'm not going to give you all those. Just go back to our channel and watch those and see which one you can actually fit yourself. If you're a meat lover, you can give up. You have a way of eating healthy. If you are not a meat lover, you're a plant eater, you love your plants, you can also do it. Maybe add your fish. So there's always a way, but do not stop here. Make sure that you have a choice and ensure that you have a good heart and brain health, cardiovascular health, so that we all hang around healthy for the most that we can do. All right. So with that being said, I think we can wrap it up here and see that if you found this episode actually helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have watching whatever platform you're watching this on, make sure you give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear this. You may not need it, but somebody probably do. You got to share it with them. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the follow wherever you are watching. Also, don't forget to hit the bell button so that when we go live next time, the platform you are watching on YouTube, potentially TikTok and Facebook, all of you guys can see and join us.
Yeah, so we would love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments your favorite heart-healthy breakfast ideas or any questions that you may have managing diabetes through nutrition. So your feedback is really cherished. So go ahead and share with us so that together we can build a healthy community.
Definitely. And I thank those who also commented and who are also going to watch and comment later. I know that a lot of people watch later, especially on Facebook. Make sure that we read them all and especially give us your tips too. We gave you some easy tips. We're very busy, so I showed you my grab and go, breakfast. You probably have another idea that is probably better than mine. Put it on the live, and I will also learn from you so that we will all learn to stay healthy together.
So until next time, take care of your health and keep making those positive changes. I think next week we will try and touch base on healthy lunches, ideas, and things that you can do differently so that we always go for the right and the healthy choices out there.
And thank you so much,
Thank you.
Institute Florence, for also being active on the comments today. And we'd love to see you. Hopefully we'll see you more often. And yes, your last comment is healthy eating and moving your body together is necessary. You couldn't say it any better than that. Thank you all. And until we see you again, we say,
Beloved, we wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers.
Stay blessed.
Thank you.
God bless.